Person of the Day award goes to Dani Leigh. And let me tell you why. Dani Leigh is in the city of Chicago. I don't know why. Probably got a high school appearance. Who the hell knows? But she was set to do an interview with The Morning Show. And she requested that I, Kendra G, be removed from the interview because she was uncomfortable talking to me. Girlfriend, this ain't wilding out. You ain't going to be Simone me. Now your whole interview has been canceled. But I'm trying to figure out why ain't you want to talk to me in the first place. I asked you on the radio defending your honor. I really felt the way when your baby daddy played you on that infamous IG Live and I defended you on the radio. Now, shout out to B. Simone, who I know in real life, rock with in real life, but I actually understood why you didn't want to do Wild 'N Out with her. But I'm still trying to figure out why the hell you ain't want to talk to me. Now, are you nervous? I'm going to ask you the questions that need to be asked, like, are you still sleeping with your baby daddy after he beat your brother up and played you on the IG Live? And you know what? I probably would have asked you that question because I need to know. Because if you forgave him, that means I need to forgive him. Are you nervous I was going to bring up that whack-ass Yellowbone song? Girlfriend, I don't care. You can make a song about your skin tone and celebrate it. I love being a dark-skinned woman. Ain't no whack-ass song like that going to make me insecure about my complexion. Are you nervous that I was going to ask you, like, how did it feel to be a girlfriend thinking you was better than all the baby mamas just to become a baby mama and get treated worse? And you know what, Dani Leigh? I probably would have asked you all those questions because guess what? That's my job. That's what I do. I ask the questions that the people want to know. Maybe you should focus on your job, be in the studio and make a hit, and we got to talk about your music and not about your personal life. That's not my fault that your personal life is more relevant than your music. That's your fault. You around here trying to get people removed from interviews. It don't go down like that. Now you missed out on an opportunity to have a radio interview on #1 urban station in Chicago. And guess what? This opportunity might not come around again because your music ain't popping. So with that being said, sit your goofy ass down. Enjoy Chicago while you're here.
Yeah, it's tight. Okay, listen, hey guys, welcome to Little Black Belt 91. We're talking to you guys about the Dani Leigh, Kendra G situation. Yes, you can see I'm in a hotel. I'm in New York. But listen, let me just be real with you. This subject is an interesting one. I find it intriguing. So I came across this obviously a couple of hours ago, but I didn't want to do anything until later on. I wanted to finish off some other work first and foremost before I jumped into this. But I want to break down some stuff here. Look, I think Kendra G has every right to feel how she feels. If Dani Leigh is trying to get her cancelled, if Dani Leigh is trying to remove her from her station, if Dani Leigh was trying to remove her so she can't have the interview with her, I totally understand why. Kendra G feels the way she feels. But I want to tell you something, guys. I want to tell you something. How you respond is just as important as the offense coming your way, right? Because the offense coming your way, you rightly feel how you feel. The Bible says, be angry, but sin not. The anger is not the issue. It is the response that comes out of that anger. Now, I'm not putting this all on Kendra G. First and foremost, we've got to talk about Dani Leigh, you know. But Kendra G's response there was wild. And I was like, when I listened to it, I was like, okay, no, you have every right to feel the fact that, you know, Dani Leigh's saying what she's saying. And to be honest, you don't have to invite Dani Leigh on the station again. That's fair. But the response that came out of it, I was like, Kendra, this, like, I get that you're hurt or you're annoyed or maybe you're not even any of those things you might feel like. But the response is heavy-handed. And you have to think about how this sounds to other people. How other people will now view you in future too, because they will look at how you handle these kind of situations and go, is that how you handle situations when people offend you? Oh, okay, so you wild like that, right? Now, don't get it twisted. You know, again, I believe Kendra had every right to say what she feel the way she felt. Sorry. You know, Dani Leigh coming there trying to control the narrative makes no sense. You get invited on a show, on a radio show, okay, right, which has a host called Kendra G. You're going to be interviewed by Kendra G. There's no trying to take the person off the show. Like, that in itself just shows how entitled you are, Dani Leigh, and just shows how you're out of touch with the fact that first and foremost, you don't have that pull. Number two, you also have to understand as well that this is her show. Why agree to the interview in the first place? It's wild to me. Why would you even accept the interview if you know you're going to have a problem with the main host? This doesn't make sense. Don't bother going on it if you're going to have an issue with the main host then. I have it all the time with Ready to Love. People get annoyed or people get frustrated about the way I do my reviews. Don't come on and do an interview. Fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it is what it is. At the end of the day, they have the right and they have the choice and have the freedom to choose not to do an interview. But then to try and remove it's nuts to think. Imagine somebody from Ready to Love said, I don't mind coming on a little black book, but just so we can, let's remove Kojo from there, and I don't mind coming on a little black book. I'll be looking at it like, so what's the point? What is the point? What is the point of coming on? What is the point of coming onto the show then? There is no show. I am the show. Okay? It's a little black book show. A little black book doesn't exist without me as the forerunner. The WCGI show doesn't run without Kendra G. What I mean by that is the show that you're talking about, it becoming as hot as it needs to become, that it's going to do the publicity you want, it's because the person who's on the show right now does the work. So removing the person from the show makes no credible sense. It just becomes an entitled viewpoint where you're trying to throw about your weight. You're throwing about your weight all around. And I'm looking at it and going, sis, you're becoming a problem. I need you to fix up. Why are you throwing your weight around, Dani Leigh? Why do you think this is acceptable to throw your weight around the way you have? I didn't realize, I'm live. Oh crap. It's meant to be a private video. I just realized I'm live, guys. I didn't realize I'm live. It's gonna be a short video, guys, so don't worry, I'm not gonna be on it long. But again, it's incredulous to think that Dani Leigh would think she can get away with this and think to herself, like if you don't like the person, either you go and handle it, have the conversation, or don't go on an interview. It's real simple. Ain't nothing difficult, right? Now, there are serious questions that would need to be asked, and I think Kendra G did hit the nail on the head. We need to ask about the Yellowbone song. We need to know about your situation, the baby. We need to know why you were getting excited and gassed about being the only girl that wasn't going to be a baby mother, but ended up becoming a baby mother. There are real questions that need to be asked. So we're not going to pretend as if those questions don't need to be asked. Kendra G is absolutely right. Those questions need to be asked. Okay, and if you're coming on to an interview, we're going to want to know these things. You thought you were going to come in here and promote your music? Sis, you know what kind of Kendra G interviewer she is. She's going to ask you questions. You got to know who you're going on to a show with. Don't pretend as if you don't know what you're doing. Don't be amateur at this. Don't be an amateur at this. Research ahead of time. Know exactly who you're going to go and be interviewed by. You know what I mean? Otherwise, stay out of the interviews. Don't go to them, But now I want to be just really quickly touching this again. Kendra G's response, whilst again I said I believe that she had every right to feel how she felt, I did feel it was a bit mean. I thought it was a little bit mean, and I think Kendra has that in her to do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, she didn't just read her rights, but it felt, goof of the day. I was just like, not for am I really feeling that, but I understand her frustrations and annoyance at the time as well. So yeah, I don't know if she made it. I don't know if she made it about. She said she loves her skin and she's not really, phased by the song about Yellowbone. But I don't think, was Dani Leigh gonna remove you because of your skin tone? It wasn't really about that. So why did skin tone get mentioned? That wasn't about that at the time. But I don't know. It's one of those ones there where. I get why she might feel frustrated. I think you just got to be careful about how you respond. When people offend you, when you respond, just be smart about your responses. Trust me, you may feel like you have every right to pop off and do them dirty, but you got to be calculated a little bit. Be a bit more calculated, because in the long run, this can end up being evidence against you, right? For character wise, you have to really think about this. Okay, for instance, the reason why we're hot on Dani Leigh right now is because, first and foremost, she had a situation with B. Simone, which is very similar to the one she's having with Kendra G now. People put two and two together and now go, this is not the first time, it's the second time. Next time it happens, you'll be like, okay, second time that Kendra G gets done dirty and she responds this way, everyone's like, oh, so that's how Kendra G responds. So you just kind of want to be very careful about how you respond. But I understand why she did what she did. At the end of the day, Dani Leigh, don't ever in your white brain, in your mind of your brain, think that you can get away with this nonsense. Don't think you can do this again. You understand what I'm saying, Dani Leigh? Think about it. Be smart. You can't control the narrative. By you trying to control the narrative, you're actually not controlling the narrative. What you need to do is know that you're going in there for a specific reason and purpose, okay, and be vulnerable and be open and be truthful about it to a degree. Do you understand? It's a game. You gotta learn how to be media trained. If you don't know how to do it, go and pay somebody, get media trained. There's no need to come out here and die on a war front and be trying to get people fired from their job. It made no sense. Appreciate it, guys. Stay locked, so loaded. We'll see you again very, very soon. Much love.